I promise you that. And Billy is a fight motherfucker. And he fights almost to the fucking end, all with damn near, well, all the way to the end. When his skills pull through, or when Canelo's skills pull through, that must be seen. So.
I thought Crawford made Canelo look his age. I thought Crawford, now I'm not going to say Canelo looked old in there and take away from Crawford, and I'm not just saying it because he's sitting here, but I thought Crawford probably made him look his age. I think he was too sharp, too fast, too quick. He was one step ahead. He was setting up traps and moves early on that were paying dividends later on in the fight.
I see Canelo might be coming back, or he is coming back, and I saw the little, Mbilli fight that he's gonna be fighting. He gonna piece Mbilli ass up. Ooh, he gonna piece him up. I like Mbilli, tough guy, come bring the pain. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But Canelo gonna catch and shoot his ass on his ass all night long. Uppercuts, hooks. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Ooh, it's gonna be bad.
Canelo, he punched hard, but if you watch the fight, he only landed a few telling shots, like a couple of straight rights, like a straight right to the body. But everything else was blocked or parried or he missed.
Canelo Alvarez could be entering a fight that transforms the rest of his career in a major way. While everyday fans look at his record and expect another impressive win, the most experienced people in combat sports are showing serious concern. Top coaches and past world champions are quickly changing their views. This is not only about whether Canelo can come out on top. It is about how much he will have left once the fight is over.
I can't wait to be in the ring. I think I have ability. I have ability to win this fight, and I'm gonna win this fight. We're gonna see if Canelo can take my pressure, and I think he will not take my pressure like any else. I think he gonna lose this fight.
Yeah, I can't wait for this one. We know that you're gonna come with the nonstop pressure like you always do, tons of action. And I wonder, right, we know that you're a really talented fighter, but how much of your game have you not been able to show yet because nobody's brought it out of you?
Well, yeah, we're gonna see. I think I'm gonna make some surprise with this fight, but we're gonna see. I'm not in training camp right now. I'm gonna start training camp maybe in two, 3 weeks, and I think we're gonna start doing training camp and maybe cook something good for fans of boxing.
Christian, what's up, champ? How you?
Christian Mbilli applies a kind of wild, constant aggressive pressure that pushes every opponent into a defensive state right from the start. He does not worry about sharp defense, smart movement, or planning his moves. He moves in close, stays steady, and fires heavy punches non-stop until the other fighter gives in. Going against someone like that demands great stamina, fast reflexes, and the skill to stand firm under heavy attack while staying calm.
Christian Mbilli against Lister Martinez looked fantastic. I think it's the best we've ever seen him look. Can he maintain that kind of style? Because the style he brought against Lister Martinez requires a ton of energy. He was coming forward the whole time. He was throwing a lot of punches. He was eating a lot of punches. Do you think he can maintain that intensity over, let's say, maybe the next year until he gets a Lister Martinez shot? Can he continue to grind the way he's been grinding, Chris? I think that's an important question.
Honestly, yeah, I do, because that's Mbilli's style. He is a workhorse. He's extremely strong. He has a fantastic gas tank and an awesome battery. I've called his fights before for Top Rank. I've been up to Canada to watch him fight. Dude, the guy he's a tank. He is a tank, and from all that I hear about him in training, he's the hardest worker in the room every single day. And based on the fact of all that compounded training and all that intensity and the way that he brings it, I think that's just how he operates. That is his wheelhouse. So I don't expect that to change. And even with the way that he's fought, I actually thought he looked much better in the Lister Martinez fight than I've seen him in the past. I saw him struggle against a one-armed Derevyanchenko, where he got hit with a lot of punches that that world-class guys shouldn't get hit with. And it was in some bad postures that I really didn't like, but he looked much better against Lester, and Lester was a much more dangerous guy having two hands, but also I think he's more dangerous than Derevyanchenko at this point either way. But he looked vastly improved, so that shows me that not only has he maintaining that crazy output, that really hard work in the gym, but also he's improving technical wise. I think he's an ever-improving fighter. I didn't think that for a while until I saw the Lester fight, so I do believe he's going to be able to maintain that, because that's just what he is, man. He's a
He is a fighter who never stops. You cannot overlook that. This is exactly why Brian BoMac McIntyre gave a serious warning about what this fight truly means for the Mexican star. BoMac pointed out that even if Canelo's elite abilities help him win on the scorecards, the heavy damage from facing Mbilli's head-on style will leave lasting effects. At this point in a boxer's career, absorbing many big power shots causes harm that never fully goes away, changing how an older fighter takes hits in later matches.
You know, with that, you trained against Canelo, had success, and like I said, the Mbilli, a lot of people thought that you guys should have won the fight, so success there. So with your mind, I mean, who wins that fight? Like, who's going to be the one that Lester will end up facing? Would it be Mbilli in the rematch or Canelo again?
You know, it's no walk in the park for Canelo. I promise you that. And Billy is a fight motherfucker. And he fights almost to the fucking end, all the way to the end. When his skills pull through, or where Canelo's skills pull through, that must be seen. So, of course, the books making gonna have Canelo winning. If he wins, it's probably gonna take a toll on him. That motherfucker and Billy will fight you toe to toe. Do Canelo want that at this age, at this time? Probably not. Is he getting made to fight at fights like that with that guaranteed money? Probably so. So, either or. You know, we waiting and licking our chops.
I mean, I think when you come in the corner against either one of them, they're gonna be like, oh man.
Well, yeah. Well,
Terrence Crawford has also shared his thoughts, giving a blunt take on what he observes in Canelo's recent fights. Crawford mentioned that while the skill and strong counterpunching remain, the quickness, movement, and defensive reactions have clearly declined when facing a busy aggressor. Losing even a small amount of response time leads to taking extra hits in each round. Crawford's analysis indicates that Canelo can no longer easily create space whenever an aggressive opponent moves in close.
The first shot that he hit me with, you know, Canelo, he punched hard, you know, but I think, you know, he couldn't land the shots that he wanted to land on me, and that was frustrating him. You know, if you watch the fight, he only landed a few, like, telling shots, like a couple of straight rights, you know, like a straight right to the body. But everything else was, like, blocked or parried or he missed. You know, when I say Mean Machine hit harder than him, I could say Mean Machine caught me with more cleaner punches that, you know, I felt more than Canelo. And we fight with 8 ounces instead of 10 ounces as well.
Right, of course,
Good
that makes a
point.
difference.
Yeah, right. But the fight was tied on the judges' scorecards going into the 11th round. Were you aware that you had to close the show big to leave no doubt? Because even Canelo at the end was acknowledging defeat. But had those last two rounds been close, maybe we're not talking about the fight the same way we are right now, right? Were you aware that you had to close it?
Of course. You know, my corner, you know, going into the championship rounds, they just kept yelling at me, you got to close the show. You got to win the championship rounds because they're not going to give it to you. You got to win the championship rounds because it was one round where, you know, I dominated in the scorecards. They gave it to Canelo, and that just changed the whole mentality of the fight.
Former world champion Tim Bradley went deeper into the technical side by looking closely at the numbers behind the fight. Bradley cautioned that Mbilli's non-stop action forces rivals to use up all their energy just to hold him back. Even though Mbilli leaves many defensive gaps that Canelo can take advantage of with powerful hooks, Bradley stressed that trying to match that speed for the full 12 rounds will empty Canelo's endurance much too quickly, making him vulnerable to trouble in the later rounds.
Or he is coming back, and I saw the little, you know, Mbilli fight that he's gonna be fighting. He gonna piece Mbilli ass up. Ooh, he gonna piece him up. You know, I like Mbilli, tough guy, come bring the pain. It's gonna be a hell of a fight. But Canelo gonna catch and shoot his ass on his ass all night long. Uppercuts, hooks. Oh, it's gonna be bad. Ooh, it's gonna be bad. And you know, Canelo gonna look like you know, he gonna look like He-Man again.
Like he's back. Like he's back.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he gonna look like he's back.
So Benavidez, you know, to your point, and great segue with Canelo, Tim. I mean, you must be in the media, but Benavidez said nobody cares about that fight. That Canelo should be fighting him. Is he right about that?
Yeah, hell yeah. Canelo should have been done fought.
Yeah.
Benavidez. He should have been fought Benavidez, man. I don't understand. I really don't well, I do understand it. Canelo can't swallow that pride, man, and he can't. So some guys out there, and it kind of reminds me of Tank, right? They won't be able to deal with themselves if they lose to this certain guy, right? And it always has to be with the same damn race. It's like, come on, like, don't you want to pass the torch, right? So it's like, Canelo, Benavidez is probably the next guy up, but you know, you the old vet, don't you want to pass it? It's just like when De La Hoya fought against Chavez, and Chavez Senior passed the torch to De La Hoya.
Yeah.
You know, like here, you know, I'm that guy, but you know what? Let's go. I'm older now. You know what? You beat me. You the next one on the throne. You know, and that's respect, and that's the reason why I think a lot of people have a hard time with Canelo is just because he doesn't have those codes. You know, he doesn't live by that. You know, it's a different generation, it's different, you know, day and age. So he's just, you know, he's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do.
Top analysts Max Kellerman and Teddy Atlas both share the view that this matchup is a classic tough battle between a younger, high-energy fighter and an older, precise puncher. Atlas pointed out that constant pressure makes veteran boxers spend the whole fight dealing with serious trouble, which takes away their usual flow. Kellerman wondered if Canelo's excellent timing and powerful single punches can hold off a fearless, tough opponent without running out of energy by the middle of the fight.
Has Canelo now entered the phase where he can't damage his legacy because we know he's past his prime, right?
Yeah.
Or, so these are gravy years, right? Like anything he does,
that's a fact.
or is it, look, Canelo, for example, has one of the greatest chins of all time. What if we see him get stopped, right? Like, can he damage his legacy right now?
Oof.
Can he only add to his legacy, or can he also damage it?
Absolutely, Max. He could damage his legacy. I know people say, well, fighters off their, past their prime. Let's be real. Roy Jones Jr. tarnished his legacy. It's not fair to Roy necessarily, but when you have a whole generation of people who've only seen Roy getting brutally knocked out by guys like Denis Lebedev and the sort, it's not good. It's not good optics.
This is why. Can I tell a real quick story?
Go ahead.
I was my first HBO fight I think I ever worked. It was Mayweather and Gaddy, and Roy was doing the announcing ringside, and I was up with doing the desk, the podium, and from the host position, and I mentioned, someone talked about Roy, and I said he was damaged goods. Roy was so mad. He wanted, I was like, Roy Jones mad at me, and I also love Roy. But he didn't like the way it came out, I understand. But what I told Roy, and I meant it at the time, I'm protecting your legacy. I don't want people to think that the Roy Jones who fought Glenn Koff Johnson was really Roy Jones.
Right.
Stop.
Yeah.
There was a clear mark. After which, when he came back down from heavyweight, I don't look at any of that stuff.
That's true.
That wasn't Roy.
Yeah.
Roy was before he came back down to heavyweight, right? So that's what I'm saying about Canelo.
Yes.
We see he is not the same.
Yeah.
So if he loses, come on, guys. But if he...
So why step into such a risky fight at this stage of his career? The reason often points to huge guaranteed earnings and network requirements that push older champions into tough matchups. When you are making top-level pay, choosing simpler fights is not always possible. The business side calls for high-stakes excitement, forcing great fighters to challenge their remaining strength against younger, eager opponents who have no risk and everything to win.
It's about how your body doesn't respond the same way it used to. That happens with age. How have you adjusted your training style at this point in your career?
It's different because I was training in a rustic way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
different
grew
style,
up,
different conditions.
I grew up with that.
Yeah.
Right now, the science is different.
Science is different.
You know, and I'm adapting myself to that.
Smarter about your body.
It's smarter. Because before we run a lot of kilometers, You know what I mean? So your body get tired at some point.
Yeah.
But right now, I adjusting myself to the modern era.
What left is there for you to accomplish? What
Not very
more
much.
is there for you to achieve? You've done it all.
I pretty much accomplish everything, pretty much.
So then why are you fighting?
Because I love boxing. And you know, if you look back, every time I fight, I break some records.
Yeah, of course.
And that's my motivation.
Of course.
Once a fighter's energy begins to fade, the ability to adjust inside the ring becomes the most important factor. Skilled boxers often depend on small changes to handle strong pressure. Yet when tiredness takes over, making those quick decisions gets very hard. When an older boxer is stuck against the ropes with a busy opponent, thinking alone does not help. The body must carry out the actions, and time slowly takes that quickness from every fighter.
Bond the same way it used to. That happens with age. How have you adjusted your training style at this point in your career?
It's different because I was training in a rustic way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
different
grew
style,
up,
different conditions.
I grew up with that.
Yeah.
Right now, that's the science is different.
Science is different. Yeah.
You know, and I'm adapting myself to that.
Smarter about your body.
It's smarter. Because before we run a lot of kilometers. You know what I mean? So your body get tired at some point.
Yeah.
But right now, I adjusting myself to the modern era.
What left is there for you to accomplish? What
Not very
more
much.
is there for you to achieve? You've done it all.
I pretty much accomplish everything, pretty much.
So then why are you fighting?
Because I love boxing. And you know, if you look back, every time I fight, I break some records.
Yeah, of course.
And that's my motivation.
Of course.
Experts are certainly correct. This fight is not just another defense of Canelo's famous title. It may very well be the point where his physical drop-off becomes clear to everyone. Taking on a fighter like Mbilli could use up whatever is left of Canelo's ability to take hits, making him much more exposed in future bouts. The real issue is not only if he wins, but how much of himself he gives up inside that ring. That wraps it up for today. If you like this, please hit like, subscribe, and click the bell so you do not miss any of our future videos. Also, feel free to share your views in the comment area. Stay with us, and we will see you in the next one.